Welcome to next session on Arduino. We are continuing the fundamentals of memory organization because memory is an ingredient part of any computer based systems or may it be a compact system like Arduino. I would like to clarify that nowadays you may have right from supercomputers to Arduino. The its main part or heart of the system is a microprocessor. The architecture of that system was predicted by von Neumann many decades back. Then there are some variations like Harvard architecture. Right now that is not our botheration. But to understand the structural analysis of Arduino, we need to understand functioning of microprocessor at a schematic and concept level, and from that point of view how memory, what is a memory, is also required to be understood. Means a flip-flop is the basic memory element. You might have gone through it in 12th or you might have viewed my YouTube lectures. Then that single flip-flop is able to store one bit of memory. In digital things, many of you might have already heard the concept of byte, where 8 bits are taken together and addressed in its hexadecimal form from number 00 to FF corresponding to 0 to 255 in decimal. Now, once again, last time we have seen a single byte memory cell which consists of 8 single bit memory cells, 8 input data lines. I have named as D in 7 to D in 0, 8 output data lines which we have named as D out 7 to D out 0. Normally numbering starts, it's a convention. It has its own some inherent advantages in binary arithmetic. So numbering starts from 0 onwards. So 8 bits correspond to bit number 0 to bit number 7. This logic we will always follow, and it has got the lines corresponding to process of reading and writing. These are control lines, and these are active low, means to write it needs to be made low, and to read also this needs to be made low. There are two different lines, and in henceforth from today's discussion I will not show power supply line, that is plus 5 volts and ground, so that the space is saved and diagram is neatly readable. It is assumed that these are always going to be there. So each bit is having a flip-flop where it stores something, one bit. To give you further clear idea about what a flip-flop is, it is just like how it stores memory. It is just like at your home, conventional buttons are there, not very advanced hi-fi buttons from where you can understand. Conventional button to make your power appliances on at your home. So one such button is having, looking like this. Nowadays, as is advanced by, if you are from 2 meters away, you can understand whether it is on or off. But old state black buttons you may be having, those you can understand very easily from distance also. So one button with no connection to it. There is one button, no connection is made, just to bring a new button from market and put it at some place. And what is the peculiarity of the button? Suppose if you put it in off state, before coming for this online lecture, you finish this online lecture and you go back. This is just a button. You have brought one button and put it on your study table, just as it is, no connections are made. So at you are studying on study table, on the right hand side there is some space, and in that you have just kept that completely disconnected button. Neat arrangement you have done, and you have put it in off state and come for the lecture. And obviously the room is locked, nobody will go there. And when you finish the lecture, what will you find? You find it off state. Then you make it on, go for some lunch. When you come back from lunch, what will you find? In on state. Means what? This one button, simple, because of its mechanical arrangement, of lever and all these things, it is possible for you to change its position from in either the two states, 1 or 0. You can change it on or off. So you are able to write into this button by your finger. By your finger, you are writing in this button. You put it off by pressing on this side, you put it on by pressing on this side. If it is of old type black one, using this finger you can put it up, off state, down, on state. So finger is like a data input pin for the button, and you are able to store data whatever you want. So today, each time, if you want to store one, you will put it on. Tomorrow again, if you want to store one, what will you do? It is already one, so no need. Means you can, when you want to store something, if already that thing is there, you will say, okay, I am fine with it. Or you can just, to know that you have written, you will just touch it. So using your finger, you can write into this. This is a mechanical memory cell. This is a mechanical memory cell, whereas flip-flop is an electronic memory cell. And using your eyes, you can read the position of the button. So simple electric button is a 1-bit mechanical memory cell. 1-bit mechanical memory cell. Such 8 you can bring together. You can have any combination on, off like that. So a memory cell. So just it is mechanical, but it is electronic. So data input pin, data output pin, that is also clear for you. So this is a single byte memory cell. So this single byte memory cell will come into picture on many occasions. This single byte memory cell will come into picture on many occasions. Now, the scientists are still working on what is the size of human brain's memory capacity. It's enormous or huge. Enormous or huge. Similarly, if you want to have some meaningful performance, in that case, 1 byte memory cell is not enough. So you have to have multiple byte memory cells. You have to have multiple byte memory cells. Then how many bytes? After 1, 2 bytes, 3 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bytes. Normally it is in the index of 2, power of 2, y we will come to know later, 16 bytes, 32 bytes and so on. So multiple such memory locations are there. 2, 4, 8, 6. So we discussed 1-bit memory cell was having how much lines? 1 data in, 1 data out, 1 read bar, 1 write bar. I again repeat, power supply lines we are not counting. So 8, when we had 1 byte memory cell, what process we followed? We decided to use them at a stroke at once. So we combined the read bar, write bar and kept data lines separate. So 1 bit memory cell, one data in, one data out, one read bar, one write bar. 1 byte memory cell, 8 data in, 8 data out, one read bar, one write bar. Suppose if we bring 4 memory cells, 4 byte memory cell, what will we be requiring? 32 data in, 32 data out, one read bar, one write bar. Like that you can go on increasing. So that would be problematic, because how much data lines you can handle. So it is not so easy. Suppose that now there is one A4 page is there. So you want to write something, you want to use that A4 space. So what will you do? You will bring that A4, you say that you write on one side. So you bring that A4 page, you will put it at some place on your table. You will use that. After that is over, you want another A4 page. So you will bring that again. You start from left. So you put the beginning page, use it. After that you will bring next page, use it. Next page, use it. So suppose if 4 pages are there, what will be your size of the board? This much. 8 pages, double. So will it be possible for you to handle complete A4 strip? So lecture 1, so I presume that there are few exceptionally sincere students in your class. What do? For every lecture, they are having a habit that they note the important thing on one A4 sheet. So by today around 100 lectures might have been there. So 100 A4 sheets, there will not be space for them. There will not be space for them on their table. So instead of, so if you want to view one A4 page, you view from this area. 2 A4 pages, you connect one side by side, you view them. 4 A4 like this. Then if it goes on 8 A4, even your eyes can't view that neatly. So the problem is, you must be, so what do you do? You don't put your A4 sheets one by one like this. What do? You bring a file. Notebook is also good. I am specifying. You bring a file, and in the file, you put A4 sheet for first lecture. Then where do you put the second A4 sheet? On the top of the first lecture. So your access area is single A4 page. What is the disadvantage? Not disadvantage, but limitation. When A4 page you are putting side by side, you can view multiple A4 pages simultaneously with your eyes. But when you arrange them in a file, you can view one page at a time. So when pages were there arranged on the table, you can view all. So the question of page number did not matter much. But when you arrange multiple A4 pages in a file, in front of your eyes, only one page can come. Therefore, before reading, and also again I say that there are few extra sincere, what do? They write down the things during the lecture, and after in the lecture something is told to them, you study this. Then they study, and whatever new things they come to know, they write on the same page. So in the lecture note A4 sheet file, for each lecture there is one page. So you need to read that page, you need to write on that page. So either reading or writing, the common word for that is called as access. You want to access that page, this particular lecture. So when you are having all together, all are in front of you, you can access any of the page. But when you decide that because of inconvenience in handling the multiple pages, put one next to each other, you decide to put them in a file. The moment at which you put it in the file, the access area for your eyes through which you want to read or write on that page becomes one page. Even though there are 16 such pages, you can view it through your one page window. So the concept of page numbering will come, and before you decide to either read or write, you must turn the pages appropriately so as to bring the corresponding required page directly in front of your eyes. So you need page numbering. Then before using the page for reading or writing, you open appropriate, you turn the pages in the file so as to bring the required page in front of your eyes. So what we are doing here, multiple A4 pages you are combining such that at a time you can view only single A4 page area which is exposed in front of your eyes, and that exposition of corresponding page is done by page numbering, that is called as address lines, that is called as addressing a page. Opening the appropriate page based on your requirement is called as addressing, that is addressing. Now, in this case also, if we want this is a single byte memory location. This is single byte memory location. What write bar does? Whatever is present inside or whatever is present on input lines is stored inside these 8 locations when write bar is made low and made high again. So when at the time of write bar pulse or write bar input becoming high, at the whatever is the status of D in lines is stored in the flip-flops inside the single byte memory cell at the rising edge of the write bar pulse. It is stored inside and it is available here. This is Q7, likewise this is last flip-flop Q0. But that doesn't appear here, the pins are hanging. The pins are, the data output pins are hanging. There are switches inside. And when read bar is made low, these switches are closed. And when read bar is made high, these are again open. So I can store in this single byte memory cell using write bar from data in lines, and I can read this whatever is stored on data out lines using read bar. So whatever is stored comes out. It is just like you knowing many things. You don't utter them continuously. You utter them when asked. You utter them when asked. Otherwise there will be chaos. So data appears on data pins. When read bar is made low, there are 8 switches. When read bar is high, the switches are off. When switches are off, data output lines are hanging lines in tri-state. Data output lines are hanging lines, they are in tri-state. And when this read bar is made low, the switches are closed. Whatever is here appears here. Then, when we want to have, instead of now one byte memory cell, let us decide that I will prepare a 4 byte memory cell. I will not say 2 because single and plural is insufficient differentiation. Single, two and multiple, ekvachan, dvivachan and bahuvachan. That logic of many, one, in old English also you might not have studied that grammar, single, duet and plural. One and many, with clubbing two into many is inappropriate classification. One is having a distinct separation, uniqueness. Two is having another distinct description, and then many. So one, two and many. Therefore, we decide to start with 4-byte memory cell. Why? If sometime, now this is such an interesting subject that if I decide to explain each and everything in our regular lectures, then it will not be possible for us to cover what is expected out of me in the classroom. Therefore, we will describe this, and additionally there will be some extra sessions which are optional. Either way, then we will say, sir, you are saying this as if these sessions are compulsory. These are also optional for us. We just log in and leave away. Anyway, so in additional sessions, I will explain some more information which students can go through if they so desire. Okay. So with this now, we will construct one 4-byte memory cell. We will construct one 4-byte memory cell. So what would be there? Such 4 units. 1, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. 1 or unit number 0, because we start from 0. Unit number 0, unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3. So 4 single, so what is the task? 4 single byte memory cells are brought, and using 4 single byte memory cells, I want to prepare one 4-byte memory cells. It is very simple description. Using 4 single byte memory cells, I want to construct one 4-byte memory cell, and then what? Then you will say, what is? Suppose if you want 4 bananas, bring 4 units of bananas and put them on table. No, not like that. What here I am doing? I want that the access window should be same as 1 byte. Means 4 A4 sheets I am bringing, but not putting on table. 4 A4 sheets I am bringing and putting them in a file and numbering them appropriately so that I would be able to access the corresponding page which I require at a given point of time. I want to access the corresponding page which I require at a given point of time. So, such unit 0, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. When I am designing one 4-byte memory, the restriction is data inline should be 8, data outline should also be 8. So, data inlines of all 4 are combined. So, data in 7 of unit 0, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 is combined. So, I am showing it in a detailed manner because this is something which must be die-hard embossed on your mental plane. Even if you are awakened from dream, you should be able to answer that. You should not be able to forget that at all. So, there is unit 0. Alright, unit. Unit is of what? Unit is of a single byte memory cell. 4 units are there. There are 4 units. Now, what we are supposed to do? This is having 8 input pins. D in 7 to D in 0. 8 output pins. D out 7 to D out 0. This is also having the same thing. Same thing. Same thing. So what I will do? D in 7 line of all, I will combine. And this will come as overall D in 7. Just like local and global variable, you might have studied in some C programming like that. D in 7, like that D in 0. So there would be same data lines will flow to all data in pins of 4 cells, and similar same is the case on output side also. D out 7 lines of all are also combined. D out 7 to D out 7 of all. D out 6 to D out 6 of all. So externally there will be 8 lines, 8 input data lines which will go to input data lines of all 4 units. 8 output data lines of all 4 units are combined and combined here. Now there will be a big question. How can you combine output lines? What will happen if one unit wants to give 1 on that pin and other units want to give 0 on that pin? What will happen? There will not be a short circuit. That will not happen because no unit will give anything on output lines unless you read it. So it is for you to decide which unit should give. Means suppose if a question is asked in the classroom, I ask a question in an online interaction session, then what will happen? Many will unmute themselves and start answering. Few will answer 1, few will answer 0, and there will be chaos. When that will not happen, if I say now roll number 5 will answer, then roll number 5 will, the moment at which I say that roll number 5 will answer, roll number 5 will disconnect and leave the meeting. No. Let us say that roll number 5 is good student. So when I say roll number 5 will answer, he will answer 1. Then I will say roll number 7 will answer. He may have answered 0. So what I am doing? I am choosing who to speak. So even though I am allowing multiple people to speak, not multiple at a time. So like that, when I am combining data lines of unit 0, data lines of unit 1, the data is not going to come on these lines because data is there inside, but here there are switches. So when I give read bar, when I make read bar of each chip, when I make read bar of each single byte cell at 0, that only will put the data. Therefore, what I am supposed to do, what I will be doing up for read bar now, read bar of, I have got read bar, write bar, read bar, write bar, read bar, write bar, read bar, write bar. So each unit is having 8 data lines, each unit is having 8 data lines input, 8 data lines output, 1 read bar, 1 write bar. So the input lines are combined. These are overall data in lines. These are overall data out lines. Now, what will be about read bar? This is having read bar, this is having read bar, this is having read bar, this is having read bar. So there will be overall read bar. This overall read bar will go this overall write bar. Now you will say, I will give to this, I will give to this, I will give to this, I will give to this. Problem will occur because all whatever is here will be written in all. Suppose if I activate write bar, if I activate this read bar, this will put, this will put, this will put, this will put. So that should not be allowed. That should not be allowed. So for that purpose, when I make some modification in the single unit, so what is then single unit? There is data in 7 to data in 0. Then there is data out 7 to data out 0. Read bar and write bar. First write bar and next was read bar. Now, logic gates you might have studied, or even if you might not have studied, I will explain it in a single word. So, this was one unit of 8-bit data or a 1 byte memory cell. It is having input lines, output lines, read bar, write bar. Now, I will add one more line, that is select line, that is called a chip select. CS bar, that is also required in many cases, chip select. Then you will say, why you did not teach it when the unit was introduced? The purpose was not there. That is, the question of selection or not selection will come. Suppose if there is only one chess player in the college and the team is to be selected for university zonal tournament. No selection process because only one entry. So, when only single unit was there, data is to put either write or read. Now, when multiple units are there, I will add one more thing. It is very simple and that will come as, so what I will do, this was your write bar, this was your read bar, this was read bar of the chip, this was write bar of the actual chip, this was read bar of the actual chip. What I will do, I will add one AND gate, or I will add one OR gate. OR gate you know. I will add one more OR gate here. And this output I will give here, this output I will give here, and I will have one pin called as CS bar. So what will happen? If this CS bar is low, if this CS bar is high, what will happen? If this is high, this will be 1, this will be 1, no operation will take place. So even if write bar line is there, read bar line is there, what it means, it is just like I am talking, you have logged in and you have put a mute button. Even if I am talking, you are not listening. So even if write bar is made 0 with an intention to write, this chip is not selected. So if this is if this is 1, CS bar, for selection we need to make it 0. If this is kept 1, irrespective of this will be 1, this will be 1, no process will take place. So process will take place. So for reading process, what you need to have? chip select bar 0 and read bar 0. For writing, chip select bar 0 and write bar 0. So what you can have for a single byte memory cell, 8 data input lines, 8 data output lines, 1 read bar, 1 write bar and 1 chip select bar. This I did not introduce at the beginning because you were having only one. Suppose if there is one student in the class, no need to go for attendance, no need to give roll numbers because the question of rejection did not there. Question of separation, question of classification is not there. So when one unit was there, no selection requirement. But now we want to use it in to prepare multiple. So one CS bar is there. Then what we are having? Each unit is having one read bar, one write bar, write bar, write bar, write bar. That is combined write bar. So write bar of all chips is combined, and it is common write bar. Similarly, read bar of all chips is also combined. And that is, it will flow here, this write bar will go here, this read bar will come here, and so on. So one single byte memory cell is having 8 data in lines, 8 data out lines, 8 data in lines, 8 data out lines, 1 read bar, 1 write bar, 1 CS bar. So and supply lines we right now don't mention. So each single byte memory cell is having 19 lines, 8 data in, 8 data out, 1 read bar, 1 write bar, 1 CS bar. So when I decide to prepare, one 4 byte memory cell, what do? I combine 8 data lines of all units. So the number of data lines which a 4 byte memory cell is having are also 8. Similarly, I combine 8 data output lines. So number of data output lines which a 4 byte memory cell is having is also 8. I combine read bar of all 4. I combine write bar of all 4. So the number of lines which a 4 byte memory cell is having is 8 plus 8. These are overall lines now. These are overall. The black is overall. So D out 7 to D out 0. Obviously power supply lines I don't mention each time. So this is D out 7 of this internal unit, D out 0 of this internal. So 8 plus 8, 16 plus 2, 18. And now what is remaining to be decided? Each of them is having CS bar. It is not yet combined, no decision is taken. So this is called as CS bar 0, CS bar 1, CS bar 2, CS bar 3. Is it clear? Each of the 4 units was having 19 lines. 18 lines of all 4 units are combined, and these are 18 corresponding lines of the 4 byte memory cell. Each 1 byte memory cell is having 18 and plus 119 lines, of which 18 are combined and 4 are yet remaining, CS0 bar to CS3 bar. Now what is to be done? Suppose if your chemistry teacher is very much particular, so you want to study chemistry, then you are having one file in which corresponding pages are there. So what you will do? You will first decide to open the chemistry page. Means you will select chemistry unit and start working on that. When you select chemistry unit, you will reject all other units. Means at a time, only one of them should be low. At a time, only one of them should be low. Means 0, 1, 1, 1 should be the combination. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1 or 1, 1, 1, 0. There is also likely that you are now tired and don't want to study. You are having some hobby class. What will you do? You will throw away this file entirely and have new file. So there is also likelihood that you don't want to select any of them. So all are 1, 1, 1, 1. So when we are combining multiple single byte memory cells into one multiple byte memory cell, what is the situation? Either I would be interested in selecting one of them or none of them, but what should not happen in any case is that I should not select multiple of them simultaneously. Therefore, what is important is somehow I should be able to select appropriate one of this multiple 4 or none of them. So I must have some circuitry which will give 4 outputs called as CS0 bar to CS3 bar, of which either one maximum can be 0 or all can be 1. In any case, multiple can't be 0. Means using these 8 data lines, I have put one single byte memory cell. One 4 byte memory cell. Means just like you are using one Walchand College file. You are having some hobby class. So your eyes are same. In front of you, you will use that hobby class file. So this is 4 byte memory cell. You don't want to use any of these units. So data lines are common. On the same data lines, another multiple byte memory cell will be there. So this sequence CS0 bar to CS3 bar, using these data lines, so whatever is there on data lines is to be written into one of them or not at all. Whatever is here, I want that something from this should appear here or something from this should appear here or nothing should appear, all data lines should be hanging. So you decide either to select one of the 4 units or none of the units. So there are, how many units are there? 4. So 4 units you can specify using 2 bits. 0, 0, unit 0, 0, 1, unit 1, 0, 2, unit 2, 0, 0, unit 0, 0, 1, unit 1, 1, 0, unit 2, 1, 1, unit 3. So this is having, these are called as address lines. A1 and A0. A1 and A0. So if A1, A0, 0, 0, what is the situation? CS0 bar, CS1 bar, CS2 bar, CS3 bar. So 0, 0 means 0 number unit is 0, others are 1. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So address lines 0, 0, select unit 0. So address of unit 0 is 0, 0. address line combination 0, 1, select only to 1. But sometimes you don't want to select any of these 4. So what will you do? You will have master chip select, CS bar. So all these things are there if this is 0. And if you don't want to select any of them, if you keep it 1, irrespective of this, all 4 will be 1. All 4 will be 1. So this CS0 bar, CS1 bar, CS2 bar, CS3 bar would be given from this circuitry, which is having address decoding logic. Address lines suitably select one output to go low if the chip is selected. If the chip is not selected, then the address lines become irrelevant. The address lines become, means just like roll number 5, but then in mechanical engineering, but unless I utter mechanical engineering, what number I utter is immaterial for that class. So that class is to be selected, then number. So the chip is to be selected, then address. So using this, what will happen is appropriate line will go low. So data of appropriate location will come, or data will get stored in appropriate location. So in general now, with this what we can have, I hope that I tried my level best to make the thing simpler. In general, with this we are able, and multiple such 4 byte cells we can combine into 16 byte cell, 32 byte cell, or in general we can have any size memory cell, say 32, 64, whatever it may be. So we can have a memory cell of the size 2 raised to n byte size. What it is having? 8 address line, 8 data in lines, data in 7 to data in 0, 8 data out lines, data out 7 to data out 0, 1 read bar line, one write bar line, and these lines A1, A0, CS bar. If it is 8 byte, A2. So in general, AN minus 1 till A0 and a master chip select bar. So this is 2 raised to n byte memory cell. Say for example, 32 byte memory cell will be having, say let us have, if we use 32 byte, so 8 data in lines, 8 data out lines, 1 read bar, 1 write bar, 5 address lines A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, 1 chip select bar line. So this is the construction of a multiple byte memory cell. Now the data in lines and data out lines are kept separate. There is no purpose. With some kind of separation logic, the person who is going to write data and the person who is going to read data, if these are different, then when writing is going on, reading is not there, or vice versa. So data in and data outlines can be combined, means D in 7 can be combined with D out 7. So if you want to write, even if that comes here and this goes here, there is no problem because the switch inside here is disconnected. So somebody puts here is also coming here, no problem. When I am reading this device, it will come here. That time the person who is putting would have this internal circuit. So right now this is not a electronics engineering hardware design class, so that much problems of combining we need not discuss. So in general we can say that while writing, somebody is putting here, coming to these input pins, getting written. While reading, somebody is putting here, somebody is reading from here. Suppose if I want to read and write, then I should also have output lines, input lines. My output line should be combined to connected to input lines of memory. My input line should be combined to output lines of memory. So what I can do, I also can have bidirectional lines. If I want to write, I will put in the memory. If I want to read, I will take from the memory. So in general, without going into that many fine details, we can combine input and output lines of data and say that would be a bidirectional line. So with this now, we have completed the concept of how it is possible for any device which is the device which is using it is microprocessor in the Arduino, on the Arduino board. So the organization of memory cell, a multiple byte memory cell, 2 raised to n into 8 memory cell is now having data lines bidirectional. So that I name as D7. I show it like this. 8 data lines always, and that is D7 to D0. N address is a unidirectional. The user addresses memory. Memory doesn't address itself. So D7 to D0. A0 to AN minus 1, and then 1 or chip select bar, it is better, just a convention. Chip select bar you show at the top. So you select this.